So we're back with the Female Leader series, and today we have Annie O'Shea. She's an amazing leader in sport. She is not only Canadian, she's also American, she's also Irish. It doesn't end there. And she was a competitive swimmer and did AISTS in 2015. And she's had a crazy career in sport, in broadcasting and media. I'll let her explain more about it, but we're honored to have you here, Annie. Thank you so much. So Annie, tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now, what your job is, how are you creating value in the industry?
Yeah, so I guess I've had, as you mentioned, I finished AISTS in 2015. And from there, I was able to jumpstart my career right away. I was at Lagardère Sports, where I worked for a year contract for the Olympic Games. From there, I went to FIBA, also working in media rights. Lagardère is a media rights agency. And in FIBA, I did the same for 3x3 basketball, which is making its debut at the Olympics. Go watch it. And then now I'm at the point in my career where I'm at CAA 11, which is the exclusive media and marketing agency for UEFA's national team competitions. And I manage about 15 broadcasters in executing, commercializing their rights for UEFA national teams. And of course, one of the biggest events this summer, the Euro.
But it's going on right now,
yeah,
so
exactly,
thank you for being here.
This is
crazy times.
These are the bags under the eyes. But yeah, I mean, I really wanted to work on a premium product, and there's no better experience than UEFA. It has one of the most complex commercialization around the Euro. Over 130 broadcasters on board, so I've learned a ton in this past year, and that's one of the most rewarding experiences. And it's very dynamic working at an agency. My first memory is I remember being 5 years old and loving gym class in kindergarten. I would come home and that's the only thing I would talk about. Capture the flag, basketball, tag, did I win, who was on my team. I mean, that was the theme for dinner every night at 5 years old. So I always had that competitiveness in me. And when I'm talking about the sport that maybe more organized sports, my first memory is learning how to swim on my summer swim league in a pond in Massachusetts. It's where my mom grew up. And just so much fun having everyone cheer, the whole community there for the summer, swimming and learning how to swim, and the cheers that we would do. I mean, that really built my love for swimming, to be able to be better for this small little team in the pond. And then I ended up doing swimming all year round, getting better and better, but it really started with just summer swimming. For me, it's work ethic, being able to teach and being able to listen. And I guess the other point I would just say is work ethic. As we touched upon earlier, I would say hard work is one word that defines me. So if a leader is not portraying that type of work ethic, it's hard for me to admire or follow. Oh, easy, swimming. I guess probably ambition. I think that's probably the struggle of women in all industries, or when women were starting out working as well. But I think that women in sport are just as ambitious as the men working in sport. And I think that people, whether women working or women competing in sport, they want to arrive to the top of either their game or of their career. And I think this is becoming more and more relevant and known, but I think it still has some way to go. I wish I could say my analytical math mind or my complex plans for development, but really it's my interpersonal skills. I think that I'm easy to get along with. Like I said, I'm a listener. I'm very patient, so I think that that's something that employers really look for, and I love learning. So I've worked in sports that weren't necessarily my passions, but I learned about it and I got up to speed, and I had the same same drive as somebody who this was their preferred sport, this was the sport that they loved. So I think really my interpersonal skills and my willingness to learn has gotten me this far. In the Olympic movement, I guess here in Lausanne, I wish I saw more women sitting at the director level or heads of in the different federations. I think that's going to come. Look at this series right now, the students coming out of AISTS. I mean, it's coming, but the old, not the old guard, but yeah, right now the majority of the leaders are male. So,
all right, Annie, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for answering to all our 10 rapid fire questions. Do you have any final message?
Well, thanks a lot, Alice and AISTS for having me. I mean, always a pleasure to talk about women in sport. I mean, there's no ceiling we can't break. There's no glass ceiling that can't be broken yet. So happy to be here, and yeah, let's go, women.
Thank you so much. It was an honor to have you. It was an honor to have Annie as our first leader of the series, and don't forget to stay tuned.